Hey guys, and welcome back to the JTO channel. And this is your match review of Chelsea 1, Fulham 2. Yes, Chelsea have just lost to Fulham at home. Unacceptable result, regardless of what people say. Unacceptable result, shocking performance. And that leaves us still second in the league on 35 points. Arsenal are going to go above us tomorrow when they beat Ipswich Town at home. Um, so, yeah, that's that, I guess. Liverpool have a chance to go 10 points clear of us with the game in hand. And that's that, if they obviously win tonight. So, listen, before we even get started with the game and, all of that stuff, I hope now people can genuinely stop with the title race talk. Like, I said it after we drew to Everton. I'm going to say it again now that we've lost to Fulham. We're not in a title race. Forget it. It's done. Everyone was gassed about the Salah Christmas post yesterday and thought, yep, this is it. Putting my life savings on Chelsea winning the league, mate. It's not happening. It's not happening. This team's not ready. This team's not quite good enough yet. And it is what it is. I'm very, very disappointed with today. I think there's some things that we seriously need to talk about, but I'm not going to go on no rant, raving. But I am frustrated. I am annoyed. I am really, really disappointed in a lot of players today. And once again, the manager today, not good enough today. Really, really not good enough with some of his decision making. But we'll get to it all soon. So yeah, if you do enjoy this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn those post notifications, and yeah, let's just get straight to it. So obviously, the lineup came out. It was what we basically expected. Robert Sanchez in goal. Gusto right back. Cucurella left back. He comes back in after his suspension. Cole Tosin as the centre backs. Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo as the two midfielders. The three of Palmer, Neto, and Jadon Sancho with Nicholas Jackson up front. And I thought Fulham today, I must say, before we even start, I think Fulham were good today. And I think Fulham deserved their win because I feel like even when they went 1-0 down and just throughout the whole game, I just felt like they were producing a threat. They just kept on going with the high energy. I really thought they used the ball well today as well. We didn't actually have control of the game as much as I wanted us to. Um, and listen, tactically, I understood what Maresca was trying to do throughout the game, especially in the first half with Neto basically playing as a right wing back because he has to deal with Anthony Robinson, who's been absolutely sensational this season for Fulham. He's been ridiculously good this season for Fulham. And he was always causing a threat down that left hand side. And I guess that's why Neto played the whole game because on the ball he was poor, but defensively, the work he was giving us, it's just if you had subbed him off and put Jadon Sancho out there, or if you put Palmer out there, or Nkunku, whoever else, they just wouldn't have been able to do the work defensively that Anthony Robinson's been doing. But they came with a three at the back. Fulham. They had Anderson, Calvin Bassey, and Diop as the back three. I'm pretty sure Marco Silva has never done that this season. I think the only other game where Fulham have played with a back three was when they played. Pretty sure they played Man City away, and they narrowly lost that game. So listen, Fulham are a good team. Fulham have been a good team this season. They've got a good manager, Marco Silva. They've got some good players. They're not the most clinical team, which is why throughout this game I wasn't as worried as the game went on as I was for Brentford, because with Brentford they've got Wisser and Bremo, and Fulham, for as good as they are, they're not the most clinical team out there. But today they punished us. And I must say, I just think with the way we played today, I just think a lot of stupid ball losses. I think the wingers today, Jadon Sancho and Neto, didn't do enough on the ball, didn't take on their man enough, didn't make the right decision. Cole Palmer was picking up positions really well in between the lines and the pockets, but then his decision making in the end wasn't good enough for me today. Scored a really nice goal though, gets the ball, skips past one or two players and slots into the back of the net. It was almost Hazard-esque, I'm not going to lie, from Cole Palmer. So that was a really, really good goal from him. And look, did we deserve to be 1-0 up at the time? I would say just about. I thought we played all right in the first half. I thought we played well enough to get the lead. Fulham, they had some chances with Bassi and stuff like that. Robinson, like I said, down the left hand side doing his thing. Um, but yeah, Fulham just kept on going, just kept on going. And in the second half, we just never really got going. The second half, we really, really never got going. And I must say, like, this is why I have to look at Maresca for me and think to myself, what are you doing? I mean, I as the game went on, we're obviously 1-0 up and he's keeping the same 11 on the field. And I was thinking to myself, okay, he's not going to make any substitutions unless it's either the safe one is in his eyes or we go 2-0 up. Now, for me, when he brought on Christopher Nkunku, I said, nah. Once again, in a game like this, the same reasons I explained for why bringing him on against Everton was useless for me is the same exact reason why him coming on today was useless. The guy's not going to do anything. And the thing is, he's a good player, but there's something off with him in this system. Something doesn't fit within Nkunku and the system we play. For as good as he is, Maresca has said he doesn't play up front. He doesn't play as a striker. And yet he keeps bringing him on as a striker. Now, what does this tell me? It tells me he doesn't trust Mark Gu, in which I believe Mark Gu needs to be given a chance to come on and potentially make an impact. If you're going to bring off Nicholas Jackson. I wouldn't have brought off Nicholas Jackson because I don't think Nicholas Jackson was poor today. I just don't think Nicholas Jackson did enough today. And plus, I don't think he received the ball enough today. I don't think we gave him any chances today. We didn't create anything for Nicholas Jackson for today. So I just think bringing him off in a time where the game still has 20 plus minutes to go, I just think Fulham were going to get desperate as time goes on. And he should have waited it out, just like the Brentford game, to get the second goal, and then you bring off a Nicholas Jackson. Because you saw Brentford, we didn't make any subs until we got the second goal. Because clearly, we was just waiting for that opportunity to go on the counter-attack as Brentford were getting desperate, and we got the goal eventually. Maresca should have done the same today. He should have known that Fulham were going to get desperate at one point. You just wait it out a little bit. We go on the counter potentially. Nicholas Jackson can have more space and potentially more opportunity to score. And if we do get the second somehow, then you can bring him off. You're bringing him off in such an important time of the game when there's still loads of time left. It's 1-0 with over 20 minutes to go and you're bringing him off. Bad decision. Now, I must say, he wanted Josh Achampong to stay, saying he wanted to use him, saying he rates him highly. Why is he not being used? Because Malo Gusto at the moment, I'm sorry, this brother's form has been awful. He's had an awful season. Today, defensively, just a liability. That's why Neto was helping him out loads today. Neto was better defensively than Malo Gusto today. Can you believe that? I'm sorry, Malo Gusto's form has just fallen off a cliff since the season has started. I don't understand what's happened, but the guy needs to be dropped. I'm going to say it right now. He needs to be dropped. And you need to start trusting Josh Achampong. Another player, João Felix. Where's his brother? Why has he stopped using this guy now? He said a couple weeks ago, João Felix is the type of player you pay to go and watch. He gets bums off seats. He gets you up. He gets you excited when he's on the ball because of his talent. Yet you don't bring him on? What, you don't think he'd be handy when we need a goal, when we need just a little bit of magic? When Cole Palmer's not playing at his best? When Jadon Sancho is having a horrible game? You know? I just think to myself, Maresca for me, tactically and once again, game management, not good enough. Subs, not good enough. You saw Marco Silva, proactive. He brought on Muniz. He brought on Harry Wilson. Those other players he brought on to change the game, change the dynamic. He got Castagna in the second half to bomb forward as well as Anthony Robinson. Because in the first half, it was just Anthony Robinson. And then they had the flat back four. But then in the second half, he said, both of you, wing backs, go forward. And then you can have the three of Diop, Anderson, and Calvin Bassey. He was active, Marco Silva. Whilst Maresca, he wasn't even reactive. He just made the safe option in his mind and brought on Nkunku up front when he said multiple times he doesn't see Nkunku as a striker. Yet he brings him on as a striker. I just think Maresca today, poor tactically, poor game management. I mean, you look at the goals we conceded, by the way. Robert Sanchez, I'm sorry. The first goal, listen. The first goal, I thought Harry Wilson was offside, but apparently not. Neto holds his face, thought he got fouled. He wasn't fouled. Just poor all around. Manager's ball watching, expecting the ref to just give a foul. Or the offside. Poor from the whole team, ball watching, no one's concentrated. The second goal, listen, blame any outfield player you want, but at the end of the day, the man who's mainly at fault is Robert Sanchez. Robert Sanchez. This was coming. You see this type of goal? It was coming. I said it for ages. I said this ages ago. There's going to be a game where Robert Sanchez will cost us. There's going to be a game where Robert Sanchez will single-handedly lose us this game. And it came today on Boxing Day. Why is he kicking the ball away? In that moment, when he's getting the ball, I said, don't kick it away. Give it to Tosin. Because if he kicks it away, it's going to be a hoofball in hope that it lands somewhere. And Fulham are going to get it back. And there's many of our players forward. And there could be a counter-attack. I was literally like, do not kick it away. Do not boot it. He boots it. And as it goes to the Fulham player, I'm like, oh my days. They're going to go on a counter-attack here. And what happened? What happened? Went on the counter-attack. Mooney scores. Fulham win the game. Robert Sanchez, you absolute criminal. This guy wasn't even having a bad game. But this is the problem with Robert Sanchez. The guy could be having a good game, but he will still find a way to cost you. He will still find a way to mess things up. And that's what he did today. He messed up. Booting the ball in no man's land, just giving it straight back to Fulham. They go on the counter-attack, they score. That is all Robert Sanchez's fault. Absolute crap goalkeeper, man. A man is saying we're in a title race. You can't be in a title race with a goalkeeper like this. Let alone win the damn thing. We will never win. Let me tell you all something right now. We will never win a league title as long as Robert Sanchez is our goalkeeper. Yeah? And Maresca's persistence on him. This is one of his biggest flaws this season, Maresca. Sticking with Robert Sanchez all the time. I want to see Jorgensen now. I want to see Jorgensen soon. 2025, I want to see Jorgensen play Premier League football. Let me see what he's got. Let me see João Felix more often. João Felix was brilliant when we played Southampton. That was the last Premier League game that he started. And he played a lot of minutes in. That was the last one. And he played really well in that game. He's not used him since. He has not used him since. And João Felix played on the left that day, by the way. So you can't tell me he couldn't have brought off a Jadon Sancho and bring on João Felix. Someone different. Someone with a bit of magic. Someone who's going to take risks. Because at the moment, that's what we need. In a game like this, where it's now 1-1 and it's tight now and it could go either way. We need risk takers at this point. Jadon Sancho's not a risk taker. He's a good player. He's a baller. But he's not a risk taker. Neto's not a risk taker. That's why you keep on your Jacksons. You keep on your Palmers in moments like this. Because they're your risk takers. They will do something out of nothing. João Felix will do something out of nothing. If you're going to bring off Nicholas Jackson, fine. Bring on Mark Gu. Somebody fast. Somebody strong. Somebody who's actually going to challenge Anderson and Diop and Calvin Bassey. Someone who's going to give them different problems, running behind. Nkunku's not going to do that. Nkunku doesn't press. Nkunku doesn't run in behind. What did he do when he came on? He was useless when he came on. Anyway, I just got frustrated. Bloody hell. Because I'm frustrated that we've lost this game. I'm annoyed that we've lost this game. Okay? I'm not overreacting, but there are serious things that we need to start considering here. And another thing as well, yeah? Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo, right? If Lavia is not back soon, right? And if he can't use Drewsbury Hall, those two are going to get burnt out soon. Because once again, they both put in a good performance today. Especially Enzo for me. but they're gonna get burnt out. They're playing 90 minutes and they're playing every 3 days. They need to be rested at one point. So hopefully in January we can bring back Leslie or an Andre Santos, or we can use Drewsbury Hall more because that's your guy, Maresca. Or we get a midfielder. I don't know. But there are things that we need to start considering here now, guys. You know, there's injuries. Our bench is looking a little light. So things that need to be considered here, guys. So yeah, we lost today. 2-1. Poor. Shocking from Chelsea. Not good enough. And we move. Title race talk. Finished. So yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys whenever I see you guys. Peace. So disappointed, man, honestly.